But apparently, this paper and this die are not an appropriate match. Now, what can we do about it? All right. And by the way, in cases where the die may have been specified for a thicker paper, and then you use a thinner backing, it's not going to reach all the way through. Okay, so that's an important consideration. Now, what happens? You have your dies here, right? And this now, let's say this is your anvil. Get it? And this, on the die, your bearer is riding here, and the tips are controlled, right? Now, the anvil base roller usually is flat straight across, right? However, to accommodate this and to increase flexibility, there are available base rollers who go up a little bit within the barrier, inside from the barrier, they're a little bit thicker. So what happens there is now it brings the anvil closer to the tips, even though you have the same die with the same barrel. And also, they have dies where it comes out and then it goes down a little bit. In case you're cutting too heavily, you can swap that lot and put down your undersides, right? So you have your standard, and then in your bag of tricks, you got an under and an over. And you can change those. So in this case, I say, holy cats, I'm cutting too deep, I better put my step down. You can step up or step down. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over there and we're going to see if we happen to have a stepped up anvil in there or anything like that, and see if that's what's causing our problem. Maybe we have a stepped up anvil in there and we don't even know it. Some people just keep the stepped up anvil in one place, and then when they need it, come a little back there or something. That's possible. We're going to look at all our anvils and see if we have that. Okay? Make sense? It's important for your vendor to know what you're cutting and all of that, because they base the depth and the profile on that, and the hardness of the material, those things. Communication is very, very important, and there's more to it than sometimes that meets the eye.
So all the dies are basically going to be the same, as far as they come down. Compare it, it's the anvil that's going to change.
No.
Well, you use an anvil to make those dies work because you don't have a focus.
So you say all the dies are going to be based the same. The depth of the die, they're going to base it on a flat anvil. They don't assume that you're using a stepped up anvil. So they're basing it on a flat anvil. The paper thickness and the material dictates the height and the profile, respectively. So, not all the dies are the same. Some dies' profile and depth varies depending on the material, the backing.
Okay, so you say with one over, like with an over anvil and an under die, you can solve a lot of problems that may come with that.
You see the flexibility, because you do not want to say, well, let me just back out on the die. No. That die is supposed to be locked down into place, limited by the bearers. The pressure is down so much, and everything should be in place. You can, but you do not want to say, well, I'll just let it out a little bit, because that is not a very well controlled variable. It can shake out. Maybe every 100th label is not getting cut. It's not a good way to go. You go down to the bearers and set the limit, and everything else should be in place.
Well, I see that's another document thing. We need to document that. If we're running
That's
this
right.
kind of paper, we need to go ahead and document that we used a lower anvil.
That's exactly right. Exactly. You're getting a picture of how all these things, if you document it, now you just go down your list and do it, and you don't have to.
Use number 7 anvil on this die and whatever on this paper.
Yep. Yep.